God, I guess I should tap 2 times for yes that I am alive. So anyway, so as you guys know, I've been opening up these 40th anniversary He-Man figures, and I had some questions from the last video, so I'll answer those first. Then we'll dive in to open the New Adventures He-Man. Now, if one of you guys could do me a favor and post this on the lounge, because I didn't get a chance to post it yet, because my iPad was dead. I guess my granddaughter must have turned it on and left it on, and I didn't notice it. So if someone could please post that on me so people can join us, that'd be cool. Hey Unicron, yep, you are on time. Thanks for being here. So let me go ahead and get my chat up. Oh, it's already on. I'm going to blah, blah, blah for a while. That's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So the question I had from somebody was is there a bevel on this box? And actually on the front of this right here, you can see that the TV set does actually have a bevel going in to the TV picture. So there is a bevel. It's not just a standard bevel because then it's rounded on the edge like an old TV. So you can kind of see how it actually is shaped with that bevel kind of look to it. So very cool on TV. They did a really cool job. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice this. On the bottom it says, "I have the power." That's hilarious. All right. You know what? I just assumed that was the bottom. Maybe it's the top now, as I might have turned this picture upside down. Oh, the Mattel's right there, so it is the top. Okay, cool. And then like inside it has this cool piece that's kind of has kind of that laser sticker look we used to see with some Pokemon cards, and the holographic kind of look to it. It's funny, you can kind of see the reflection of my room in the background of the colors. All right, now, of course, I have shown that 2 times to you guys already, and I will probably show it every time I review one of these figures. My microphone's in the wrong spot. Oh well, it's gonna have to work. So normally this figure comes in this case right here, but I've already slid them out to take the picture. And let's go ahead and take a look at this little box right here. And here you can see how it fits into the whole collection. On the back of the box, let's see, Queen of Masters of the Universes. Hi, hey Hero. Hi Queen, glad you could join us. Does Eternia have only one channel? Let's take a look and see. I think it has multiple channels because they showed it multiple channels in the back of this. So see, there's different channels, 20, 34, 230. So they have both cable and antenna, it looks like. Mighty Mouse, Cringer's Cartoon Corner, Stink's Talk Show. That sounds like the other one we saw. Is it the same back? No way. Okay. Well, I'm a little just disappointed. I thought each back would have its own. There are some things that are similar. On this side, a little bit different. This one has Eternia's Most Wanted Crime at the top, where it has a 7. This one has Adam Battlecat cartoons. So there is some difference. There's a lot of things that's the same. So it's not totally unique, but it's kind of unique. I'm not going to go through the whole list on this one because we covered it in the last video, and I've also already opened this figure in one other video. They are lazy. Those lazy Mattel workers. So it says, good against evil, the battle continues. He-Man defends the futuristic planet Primus from the evil mutants, starring Prince Adam. Bum, bum, bum. And then it says He-Man, 9 a.m. PT. I don't know what PT stands for. Planet time. It's not Eternia time. Oh, Primus time. Yep, so that's what the PT stands for. Let's see what it says on the... Well, this one says PT too. It's got to stand for Planet Time or something, because it says Planet Eternia, which doesn't make much sense. I think it stands for Prince Time. All right. Let's put that back and put it down for a minute. Put the box down. I don't want to break this already. The box is cool, but not $100 cool, because obviously the 4 figures is not really worth the price they're asking for. Let's see. The figures alone would be $15 each. There's 4 of them, so roughly $60. And this was $150. So even if there are more expensive figures, like $20 a piece, that would still only be $80. At $80, you're still spending $70 for the box. So pretty overpriced for the box, but they are, you can put them back into their little boxes afterwards. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Nomsky says, watch then release. These are the same figures without the Chrome West. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to. If they don't, that would be a big mistake, because they already got the molds made. So I hope they release this guy again. I'll buy him again. Hopefully he comes with a yellow sword, which would be cool, instead of the silver sword. Now, I know in the cartoon it was silver, but I kind of wanted to get... That's true, we did pay for the vac metal, even though my last sword was cracked on the vac metal. Okay, I have to stop and take a look and see how those little pieces are put in there. So I do not just want to yank it out and not see... Okay, let's open it slow. Oh, they're at the top. Ah, that's where they go. They go right here at the top. So now I know how to put them back in there. They are to reinforce the top piece of his head. That's where those chunks go. Cool. Now I know. Now I know how to put them back together. Alright, so let's take a look at the most powerful man in the universe. In space. Space. Yes, I watched too much Muppets. That is a different He-Man. It definitely is. This is known as the New Adventures He-Man. The cartoon that came out in the 90s. And he's actually based on the actual cartoon, not on the toy. I guess I could grab the toy from up above. I did that last time. What the heck? Might as well do it again, so we got different people here. Hey, Delaxorian, thanks for joining us. Hey, Jamie, thanks for being here. So he does have his chrome sword. Da-da-da. Vac metal, I guess. The vac metalness. And it just goes in his hand nicely. He has a little sheath for it. Da-dump. And he has his chrome vac shield, which actually is a different color. It's kind of cool that they made it golden instead of making everything just silver, which is kind of cool. So you can see the color difference between the two. All right, I will grab the other New Adventures. I'm not going to grab the Classics one, though, because that's just too much for this little short video. And don't forget, tonight, in about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, somewhere roughly, we're going to have the live video with the CEO from Crypto Toys. That'd be kind of fun to have him come talk to us about his new digital He-Man figures. All right. And he wants your guys' questions and comments, so make sure you're on here so he can answer your questions live. Let's see, so the Queen of the Masters of the Universe asked the question. Let's go ahead and pull out this figure. So this is the New Adventures He-Man that came out in the 90s. And as a kid, actually I wasn't a kid then, I was actually an adult by the time this figure came out. As a young adult, I was disappointed he didn't have a lot of muscles. He was about the same size as Bo from She-Ra, and he fit in great with the She-Ra figures, but that was about it. And so I was always really disappointed about how small they made him, and instead of being really muscular. So that was always kind of a bummer. Now his helmet did come off. He had cool spaceships and other things. He had the Eternia giant spaceship, and then he had the small Astro, I don't know. Something like that. I showed it before in a video. Then later on, they came out with a different version. This guy here, which was a little bigger, a little more muscular, and he'd punch going at this really strange angle. So they added a strange hinge point to make him punch. You'll still use your thumb and just kind of, I don't even know why it wasn't spring loaded. That would have been way cooler. But it kind of destroys the scope though. I mean, it's like he's been taken over by the Thing from the movie The Thing. Not to confuse with the Rock guy. But the movie where it was some kind of alien that came down and made protein out of people or something. Then we got this one here, and finally, this is the Thunder Punch New Adventures He-Man, and we finally got one that had cool muscles and was finally the right size and matched the old He-Man figures. And these are the ones I got for my kids. My kids had these ones, and it was pretty cool. So I've used this figure to make different customs. Like this custom here is based on an internet comic book that was made by a fan, which was called The Homecoming He-Man. And then I've also, oh, here's one that's more green. It's funny, you can see the difference in these armors, the yellow and the green. And I don't know which one the kids had because they never kept the armor or any of the parts. Oop, there go the dominoes. But the green one looks way more stunning. It looks really cool in black light. So eventually, as many of you guys know, I made my own New Adventures custom He-Man out of some Classics parts. So I used the Classics helmet to fit on there from Darius. And then I used She-Ra's sword and painted the jewel gold in it and made my own cool muscle-bound New Adventures He-Man, which this one is kind of close. I mean, he's not too far off. So I am really happy with the version they gave us from the 40th. I mean, it's how he should have always been, with lots of muscles and really cool. Now, many of you guys have seen my Flash Gordon custom, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that out now. And he is made from mixing King Randor and this New Adventures He-Man. It was actually somebody here on this channel that gave me the idea. They said, just use King Randor and you can mix it and make your own Flash Gordon. And so this is the one that Mike Fee gave me, which was cool. Thanks again, Mike, if you joined us. And you can see that by using the legs, the boots, and the head, and the armor, and then King Randor's upper body, you can make yourself a pretty cool looking Flash Gordon figure that I have shown off many, many times before. Now, of course, Flash Gordon didn't have a ponytail, but that's okay. You just have him face this way, and you got yourself a Flash Gordon. All right, so that was a short, quick little video. The original was so wimpy. Yes, he was. What were they thinking? I mean, does this look like the most powerful man in the universe? No. No, it does not. I'll answer the question for you guys. I mean, yes, he had some cool features with a cool yellow sword. That was kind of fun. And he had the shielded block with his hand. Who this one would fight with a sword. So you could have some fun fighting, you know, Skeletor and his minions with controlling it with your thumb. That was kind of cool. And he had a cool, clear sword, too. So it was very Star Wars-ish with the lightsaber power sword and lots of spaceships. But, yeah, not very He-Man-like. More like Bo got the power of Grayskull. Bo! All right, I think that's it. This is going to be a short, sweet video. Let's take a look at your guys' questions. Skyfall, thanks for joining us. Not sure, Master Far. You're welcome, Todd. Who is Flash Gordon? So, Master Far, Flash Gordon. I want you to go to Amazon Prime, search the video 1980 Flash Gordon, and find that video, pay the rental fee in HD and watch it, and then come back and tell us what you thought. It is a fun movie. So anyway, it's really cool. And like I mentioned to you guys in the past, my other videos, is one of my friends, their kids got into DC movies, and she actually watched the Aquaman movie because she liked Jason Momoa a whole lot, a little too much. And so she was trying to quiz me and learn stuff from me about who the DC characters were. And so one time he came up and started talking about Flash Gordon, and I told her that he was made from the DNA of Commissioner Gordon and the Flash, and it's actually their child is Flash Gordon. Now, of course, that's all bogus. I made it up to be funny, and of course, I'm sure she went and told her son. Her son probably laughed at her, which makes it so much more fun. I know, kind of messed up and mean at the same time. And she's asking me for help, and then I feed her some bogus information. You know what, though, now I think about it, she never asked me again for any more DC help, so I probably ruined that, being the guy to fill in her DC knowledge. But anyway, you guys know me. I like to do kind of jokes and pranks. Yes, Marvel does have some cool stuff. Um, I like Marvel a lot too, but I also have always liked DC as well. It just depends on what you like. Sometimes in the movie for DC, sometimes when I'm in the mood for Marvel. So, Gnomsky, you were away. That's okay, man. I have not seen Black Adam yet. I have resolved not to go to theaters anymore. My son has invited me to Avatar 2 when it comes out. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going. I'm just gonna wait till it comes out on streaming, and then I will watch Black Adam on HBO Max when it comes out. So that is my plan. Anyway, so thanks again, Mike Fee, for the original figure, and now I have one that is unaltered too. And let's check for any final questions. Wow, I didn't know Flash Gordon comic strip was coming out until 2003. Wow. Yes. I tell you, that movie was so much fun in the 80s. I watched it so many times. We had HBO and Showtime and all those lame movie channels, and I'd invite my friends over and we would all watch it and then go outside and run around like a bunch of crazy people. And I remember, like I told you guys before, when I was younger, we had a jukebox in our school, and I would always play the Flash Gordon theme song every single morning and eat cinnamon rolls with peanut butter on it. Oh, they were so good. The lunch lady liked me a lot, and she would have one special waiting for me all the time, nice and warm and fresh, and extra peanut butter on it. Oh. Well, at the end of the school year, after being there for 2 years, they decided to get rid of the jukebox, and they gave me the record out of the jukebox of the Flash Gordon song, and I took that thing home and just cherished it for a long time. It was really cool. Let's see. Masterverse Toy Hunter says, "Good to hear from you again." There, Hebrew, and good journey there, sir. Thank you so much. I like to flash in the park. There you go. And if your name was Gordon, it'd be perfect, man. Yes, the original Flash Gordon was a 1936 science fiction series. In fact, it was cool. Was the guy who played him Buster something? Oh, or was it something Buster? I forget his name, but he also played Buck Rogers too. He was the same actor that played both roles, Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. And it was cool in the Buck Rogers series that came out later on. They actually had him in there as an older character. It was really cool. Yes, Buster Crab. Thank you so much. Yep, he was quite the guy. Yes, he was in the Buck Rogers 80s shows too. It was cool. Buster Rhythms. Anyway, it's been fun, you guys. It's always fun walking down memory lane, talking about old shows and old things. And it's funny. I went back and rewatched all of the Buck Rogers 80s series. And it's funny as a kid because it was once a week, or they'd skip some weeks sometimes to wait even longer. It took so long to watch them all that your imagination took over for you. And it seemed so much better. When I went back and watched it, I was pretty disappointed. It's kind of funny how much your imagination takes over between the weeks while you're waiting for the show to come back on. how do I black backwash my He-Man guy? Eric, that's a great question. I actually have videos on that, and I'll send you a video on how to do black wash because I actually have some videos on it. Yes, imagination is a lost art. I remember playing video games on my Atari, and I'd always add so much to it. That's like, this is awful. I shouldn't even talk about this on the internet. This is bad. There was this game, and in this game, you were a helicopter, and you would fly along this at the top, and it was what it was called, copter something. You had these trucks that would go along. You had to protect the trucks, and so these other things would come in and try to shoot the trucks and ruin them if you got your trucks blowing up. And you lost all, I think it was 6 you had on this convoy you had to protect. And if you lost them all, your game was over. And so you had to protect as many trucks as you can with your helicopter shooting down things. It was kind of like the game Defender, the way it was played. If you guys remember that game. Anyway, to make the game more exciting, this is awful. Pretend like we were doing, like they were drug runs and we were up there as the drug cartel trying to save our trucks from getting destroyed. How messed up is that? Anyway. Eric said, so yeah, I got the CGI Grayskull. Nice. Excellent, Eric. Yeah, take some pictures and show it to me. It looks like a pretty cool castle. I don't plan on getting it. My room is too crowded. And it does look like it's kind of cool. As it is, you know, as you guys know. I think it was called Chopper Command, actually. Yep. Yep. The Atari games gave you so much ways to make imagination because the graphics were so lacking. You could pretend it was almost anything. They did a Flash Gordon reboot TV show, wasn't it? If they did, I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. So if they made a new Flash Gordon, I didn't actually see it. I know Filmation made a cartoon of it, which is kind of funny. We're talking about He-Man, and here Filmation had their own Flash Gordon cartoon. That's okay, Jason, for being late. We're just ending it so you can go back and rewind and watch the whole thing. A chopper defending trucks. Yep, that's it. Yes, I'd never seen the Flesh Gordon. I joke about that sometimes when I show my figure. I say Flesh Gordon to be funny. I've never seen it personally, but I'm sure somebody has made that. All right, that's all I got. Don't forget, tonight we got a live interview with the CEO of Crypto Toys. Come check it out. Ask your questions. He's looking for people's questions and feedback. I'm going to meet with them starting at 6, but our video won't start till 6:30 Pacific time. And let's see. Did you manage to get another Mysteries of Grayskull set? In there. Oh, no. I didn't even try. I didn't even know they had it today. Wow. That's cool. Black Phoenix 77. That's funny. All right. I better go before I get banned from Eastern time would be 3 hours later, so that would be 9:30. I believe so. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it one solo. Even though I like stop motion, not going to watch it. Anyway, please stop saying words like that so I don't get banned from YouTube. I will see you guys. Yeah, I imagine if they had some left over, it'd go real quick. It was probably their customer service stock. All right, back on this figure. That's what this one is. And, oh, I put my She-Ra on my shelf. There she is. Dun, da, da. So that's where she will stay for the rest of her plastic life. On top of my plastic shelf. Or, yeah. Anyway, good journey, you guys. Until tonight. Remember, it's only like 2 hours from now, 2.5 hours, depending on the time it is. See, what time is it now? I'm sure I've been talking for half an hour. Yeah, 2 hours from now. So tune in 2 hours from now, whatever time you have now. Set a timer for 2 hours and come join us and watch the fun and come with questions. Oh, relative time. 2 hours from now. All right. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.